Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I already washed my face, I'm moisturized, I put oil on my lips, so I'm going to prime my face with the Makeup Forever Skin Equalizer. This one is the gray one, so I'm just gonna put like some on my finger and then put it on my nose. So on my forehead, right in the middle, kind of like my T-zone almost, or where I get like oily, where the biggest pores are. So I'm going to do my foundation. I usually do a beauty blender or a brush, like a flat brush or a kabuki brush. This Morphe S90 brush is my favorite. You can see it's pretty decently sized. It's very dense too, and it's super flat at the top, which is really good for getting in like the cracks of my nose right here. And this brush is amazing. I'm a Morphe brush freak. So I'm gonna use the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I'm in the shade 1N1 Ivory Nude, which is probably the lightest shade. With like the new year and like beauty on the rise, like makeup companies just booming, they're starting to make more shades, and I find myself like pretty much having to color match now because they're starting to make like lighter shades and darker shades and pink tones and green tones, making it harder for me to pick a color. This foundation is medium to full coverage. I like it because it's mattifying, and like a mattifying full coverage foundation is pretty much like the perfect formula for cakiness. So I'm really picky when it comes to foundations, and this Estee Lauder Double Wear is not cakey on me. It works with almost every primer I've ever tried, and I just love it. And the shade is gorge. Yes. Picking up my baby hairs and blending into the forehead. You always want to blend into your hairline, especially if you, I don't know, just actually, doesn't matter who you are, you need to be blending it into your hairline. Okay. Got like crazy. Don't even look at my hair. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with concealer. I'm going to use the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer today in the color L3 Warm. I could have purchased a lighter one, but when I bought this, I was really self-tanned, so this was like perfect in the summer, but now it's in the winter and I don't tan very much, so I love it though. I'm gonna make it work. So I'm just gonna do the notorious triangle under the eyeball, like this. I'm gonna get on the edge of my nose. This step, getting it like on the edge of your nose, does like a little bit of lazy contouring for you. I find that it makes my nose look thinner, which is what I want. Anything to make this nose look smaller without spending money on getting a nose job. Seriously. I like to get a little bit around the little curve of my nose down there because hormonally we get really red like in that little area on your chin and around your mouth, and I'm going through like hormonal changes like crazy with my new birth control, so I'm always really sure to get in those areas too, because throughout the day I will like get so red. Middle of my forehead, down my nose, pretty much everywhere, like everywhere besides my cheeks. So I have my wet beauty blender, damp beauty blender. It's a little dirty right now, but I do wash it before I use it every time, because I'm just so scared of like breaking out because of my brushes or my sponges, so I'm always cleaning them. So I'm just dabbing lightly, not too hard, because with the OG Beauty Blender, it can pick up like the pigment and leave like little dots of your open skin, and it looks horrible. So you have to be so careful not to press too hard and make sure that it's not too dry because that'll just start, it's a sponge, it'll start sucking up all that product. I'm just making sure everything is super blended out. My nose, it takes me a little bit of extra time because, like I said earlier about my pores, I'm always filling them in. Okay, so now I'm taking the NYX banana powder. The color is just banana, it's universal. You can get this at Ulta, you can get it on Amazon. I love this stuff for my under eyes because it's a perfect yellow color. This banana color is so pretty under the eye and it sets any concealer. I've used it with all my concealers and it's just wonderful every time. So, bridge of my nose, under my eyes, that little chin area, and the little edges of my mouth. A little bit on my upper lip, and forehead where the concealer was. This just sets it and it literally stays all day long. I'm going to do my all over face powder. I have really oily skin, guys. Like, I take very good care of my skin. I don't break out quite often. But just, I mean, oily skin. Okay, so I'm going to take the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. Matte is good for me. 16-hour wear face powder. I've had this forever. Not forever, I've had it for like a little under a year. I've used a lot of it, it's almost gone. So I'm just gonna swirl around the edges, get whatever I can. Okay, so now, before I do other parts of my face really quick, I'm going to just start to prime my eyelids so that by the time I do eyeshadow, it's like nice and ready, nice and even, ready to blend. I am using the Kat Von D High Voltage Eye Primer. She just got rid of this. I don't know if she didn't like the formula, Kat Von D, or if she wanted to do something different. It was on sale at Sephora for $7, so I should have like bought them all whenever she put it on sale to get rid of it. Really quick, I'm just gonna go back in with that banana powder, the NYX banana powder, and the Morphe S13 brush I was using earlier. It's a nice angled fluff, but it's small enough to get into those little spots. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of the banana powder in my eyelids really quick to set that. It's brow time. My eyebrows are like my favorite thing to do. I know everybody else hates them and they kind of are a pain in the ass, but I just think they just complete the face. So like this step just makes me so happy because it just starts to really come together. I'm using the Sephora waterproof retractable brow pencil. It's freaking skinny tiny. And I'm using the color Nutmeg, which is maybe the second to darkest, or no, second to lightest, but who knows. Okay, so now I'm just gonna do the ends first and work my way in the middle. So I hope you can see.
Nice arch. Do my little tail.
And we're doing thick brows today, apparently. Okay, so the end is done. Now I'm gonna do the first half. As always, you want a nice gradient right here. And I like to do like little wispies to like mimic hairs. So I'm gonna fill in the rest of that center to go in with the little hairs. I hope you can see. And then go in underneath and make that nice and even. Okay, just add some more little hairs up there. Okay, that's a pretty full brow. Now, I'm just gonna take my spoolie, same one. Really comb it out. So I'm gonna comb the beginning of my brow, the inner part of my brow, to kind of get like a little bit of a fade going on the inside there. Now, I'm going to take my NYX Control Freak eyebrow gel in clear, and I'm just gonna go over all of that to hold it in place. I don't have crazy brows, they usually stay in place, but I just feel like this locks them in. I don't know, holds the color. Maybe I just like to use it. So just gonna do the other side, same exact. This brow turns out way better than this one, so my right brow is my friend. So now I'm going to do I'm going to highlight the underneath of my brow with the Benefit High Brow. I got this in the kit for Christmas that came with their Ka-Brow and their eyebrow shaper. So I didn't buy this separately. And the color was the lightest. I believe it was, oh no, I think about 02. So the second to the lightest. It's just like a pinky colored, skin colored crayon. So I'm just gonna go in right underneath the tail. I'm not gonna bring it all the way to the inner part of my eyebrow because my eyebrows are generally like horizontal. So I feel like just doing this part, just doing the curve gives it shape. Very pink. I just take my finger and I just blend. This stuff is so easy to blend. It takes like 2 dabs and it's done. Now I am going to do my eyes. Oh my god! Okay. I'm going to use the Lorac Pro palette. This one is the Pro Eyeshadow Palette 3. I believe it came out this year or last year. Like, I don't remember that well. Clay and terracotta. Oh, they're right by each other. Okay. So, dip, 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 dip. Okay. And I'm just gonna blend. Okay, so this is almost done. I'm just gonna blend the hail out of this. I'm just gonna fan it out a little bit there at the edge. Fan, fan. Okay, so now I'm going to use the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. It smells delicious. And I'm going to go into Luscious, which is the shade right here. I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of Nectar. So Luscious and Nectar together. It's not a crazy color, but it adds like that perfect level of like shimmery definition. A little bit in the inner corners there. So I'm going to go in with just a pinch of Cobbler, which is underneath Luscious, just a little bit. And I'm going to just get underneath my eye. There we go. That is what I needed. This is exhausting. So now my favorite part is bronzing and contouring my face because I just love it. I just think it makes me look bomb. I'm going to use the Urban Decay Beached Bronzer. This is the lightest shade called Sunkissed. And I'm using my Morphe fan brush. And I'm just going to chisel those cheeks. And I like to do a little side swipe underneath behind my ear to kind of give me less of a double chin. Doesn't work though. I just like to think it does. Also, this bronzer lasts forever. Like, I haven't even hit pan and I used it religiously for 3 months straight and then took a little break and now I'm using it again and like I can barely even see like the little ribbing of the circle inside the pan. It's wonderful. Okay, so I don't use the fan brush to contour my nose because it's way too big. I like to use something a little bit smaller. I've been really liking this Morphe brush. It's like, I kind of press it like this to make it like flatter than usual. So I just take it out in its little square shape, dab it a little bit into my bronzer, and then I just like to go in and press it into the top bridge of my nose. Really building it up. I'm gonna get the bottom, not the very tip, just like the underside. Now for blush. Okay, everyone judges me for this. This is the Kardashian Beauty blush. This blush like works for me. This is the only product I own from Kardashian Beauty, and this blush, it's like it's called their Radiant Ombre Blush in, there is no color, but it's like a bubblegum pink, and this is like a white color. So let me see if I can swatch it and you guys can see that it's like almost a highlighter. It's more white than it is. It's like more of a highlighter than a blush. This stuff, because it's so cheap, it's not pigmented at all, and I can build it up. So I'm just gonna do that. There's a MAC blush that works like this. It looks like it's not pigmented at all, and then you put it on and it's really pretty color, and it's like super light and just like a little flush of pink. It's gorge. I need to buy it. I'm probably gonna go buy it. I just love subtle subtle blushes. I'm going to use the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in Moonstone. I'm going to use the contour brush that came inside my Benefit bronzer, just because this works too. I don't like this brush for bronzer, but for highlight it's good. So I'm just putting it on my cheekbones at the top there, above my blush. A little bit of a little bit of highlighter underneath the eyes, just because I'm feeling like glowy. I don't usually want to glow, but today is like a glow day for me. My fiance comes home today, so I'm just glowing naturally. Put your highlighter on the edges of your, or sorry, what the hell's wrong with me? Underneath the arch of your brow, tip of your nose. I put a little bit by my lip, a little bit on my chin, pretty much all over my face. You guys know how it is. This is taking so long. How many times do I say okay in this video? It's time for setting spray. So I'm going to use the Urban Decay De-Slick. Love this stuff. I want to bronze a little bit of my lash line because just is looking a little bit light up there. I don't want to do liner today, so I do want a little bit of definition. So I'm going to use two mascaras today. I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Lash in Extreme Black. And then the second one I'm going to use is the Stila, this one's like hard to read, Stila Huge. And this one is in just black. So I'm just going to pull apart each lash nice and slow. You can't, it's hard for me to like do this so that you can see what I do. Bottom lashes too. I love a chunky bottom in real life and on my lashes. Okay, now I'm gonna use Stila Huge. Okay, so this just builds volume. This is not a good like length mascara. So I'm just gonna pack this in. Ew. Ah! We're gonna fix that. Okay, so all I did was finish my lip sense, and then I just topped it off with some matte lip gloss to make it not shiny. Alrighty guys, so this is the final look. This is my everyday. This is what I wear to school, work, literally just my everyday daytime right now favorite look. So I hope you enjoyed this very shitty, very first makeup tutorial. If I like this and editing is fun, I might just keep doing them. I don't know, I would love to. So let me know what you think. Alright, well that is all I have for you guys. So have a wonderful day. I hope your day gets better than mine. And thank you for watching.